Always great to see the Sons of Bend, whether it's at PPL Park or here on the road in our nation's capital. From RFK Stadium, it's the Philadelphia Union versus DC United, third and final meeting of this regular season. And welcome everyone to Washington, DC and Philadelphia Union Soccer. Alongside Peter Pappas, I'm JP Dellacamera. Farmers.
And some of the changes here to see tonight, the addition of Kleberson right underneath Connor Casey. We'll look for him to provide an offensive spark. And Sebastian Le Toux going in at right back. He hasn't played there this year. Should be interesting. And key, see the guys to watch. I think the outside midfielders, Chris Pontius and Nick DeLeon, present the biggest threats. Pontius is a great finisher. They're both very athletic. They get up and down the wings. And Bill Hamid in goal has given the Union a lot of trouble in the past few years. Excellent young goalkeeper.
Keeson. All eyes on Sebastian Le Toux and how he fits in as the right back tonight in place of the suspended Shannon Williams. We'll keep our eye on that as we're underway with the Union on the ball in the blue and white. DC United in the black with red trim. Philadelphia Union and their Eastern Conference rivals DC United. Doyle left it off for De Leon. Cuts to the crowded middle. Played it in, flag stays down, pushed across by Silva. McMath, one save. McMath had to come up big there. Notice positioning there. That's one of the areas of improvement.
Yeah, good build up here from DC. It definitely looked offside from here, but great job by McMath to stay alert. Nice little reaction save to his right.
Neal. Pushed ahead to the right sideline. Played across. Pontius brought it down. Right-footed shot deflected in traffic. Out for a corner.
Pontius once again looking very dangerous. Pontius does a great job just with.
That was a scramble for the ball. Union sent it back the other way. Back for Kitchen. Willard holds it for DC.
You know, I was speaking with Rob Bartusian prior to leaving the hotel this afternoon. He said, just watching DC.
Oh, that was long distance from De Leon, and we talked about it. DC leads. Why not have a go from distance?
Wow. What a strike that was. Just Nick DeLeon finds himself in the midfield. Far too much space, but you know, the guy's hitting a shot from 30 yards out, but that is an absolute cannon into the top corner. But look at the space. Plenty of time to get his head up, pick a spot, and that ball just took off.
The shots from distance.
I'd like to see the Union do the same. Here's Casey. Big save by Hamid. Connor Casey stays with it. Then the shot taken, and Hamid stopped that. So they almost get an equalizer probably a minute later, Peter.
Yeah, it's a great reaction from that for the goal to come out, push the attack forward, and try to equalize early. But here's a great little touch by Kleberson. Right here, just a little flick on to Connor. Good first save by Hamid. Connor does well, just uses that strength. Good presence of mind. Good
season last year, only had a couple of goals and only played in 18 games with Colorado. Great pickup in the offseason for the Union. Another chance for DC. That hit the post. Here's another one that's blocked. We talked about DC being like Toronto, dangerous. They're freestyling it today. No pressure on them.
What I was saying earlier before I was interrupted by Nick DeLeon's cannon was that DC, Rob Bartusian said DC, they just bomb guys forward. And one of the things he wanted to try to do is capitalize on that by countering early.
That was in the video session for sure.
Yeah.
It's all on Kleberson.
A lot of guys in that wall.
Kleberson drives it. Oh! What a shot that was. And from here, for a second, looked like it was going in. It really did. That's what he did last week, except it didn't. That last week's does well to stay with that ball. Yeah. I don't think they could hear you from here, but yes.
It's the instincts.
Yeah, ball tucked in. Porter, some of the freshest legs in the game. Low shot, big save, McMath. That puts the Union in the game. Huge for Zach MacMath. That's Neal cutting it off, sending it over the top. MacMath's way out. Has to get to it. Net's empty for Doyle. Carroll goes in a cover. MacMath, great job of the tackle. Pontius puts it over. Zach MacMath, you did very well there at the end of the day. You scared a few people, but you did very well.
That is a great recovery from a terrible mistake. Well done.
Yeah. Here's Cruz the other way. Can the Union capitalize? Cruz pass. McInerney's in. Big save of it. Cleverson missed the net. This is incredible. And maybe an injury there as well at the end. The Kitchen or Corb.
Look like Corb, I believe.
Yeah, it's Corb. This I have to see again myself.
Obviously, DC's just trying to play long balls out, so Zach's got to come off his line, but
to not commit a foul there, to not give a penalty for any of that,
that's great.
It's incredible.
And this is a great ball here by Danny Cruz against the grain. Going this way, opens up his hips, turns it that way, and a great save by Hamid. Look at that. And that McInerney, you see McInerney grabbing his head right there, like, what does it take for me to get a goal? But Hamid just did well to use his big body.
Started with Cruz again. He's running like the game just started.
Yeah.
I don't know where he gets that from. I mean, that's incredible. Guys can play 90 minutes, but not many at that speed. Emerson has his eye, I think, on that near post. Melton's going to send it to the middle.
That's what I was thinking, JP. That wall wasn't set up properly. He had
saw some room. Cleverson sending it in there. The header! And the Union have tied it! They've tied it! Look who scored the goal! McInerney. The drought's over. The drought is over on one of the rainier nights of the season.
And we talked about it. This could be the time of all the nights to come out for it. Great ball in. DC does well to win it, but with all the numbers for Philadelphia, once again, Cleberson puts a second ball in there.
Well, he wanted that one.
Yeah, wanted. He came from a long way to get to that ball.
And I think he probably got a yellow card too, because he's now putting the jersey back on. So he really down right at the middle. But Porter was there for DC United. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. A draw tonight for the Philadelphia Union. They wanted the 3 points tonight, but this has to feel better